Actually, we're going to do a class for advanced tonight. I want to take an opportunity to show you all some stuff. Mark, can I borrow you actually for a second? So, since we were doing some back escape stuff, we're going to do some standing back escape. So from the curriculum, we have like the arms in back escape, where they bear up from the back and the arms in. So the arms are in. First, you want to kind of drop in base a little bit, capture the arms so that they don't slide up over your neck. All right, here. And then you're going to switch your hips from one side to the other. Come around behind the legs. From here, you can, if they're a big person and you don't feel like you can lift them or whatever, you can just sort of sit down on them and land on their ribs. But
what'd you do with your left leg then?
Straight or back? When I'm here, boom, boom, I'm just stepping behind. Yeah, it's basically the same as the sit down.
Yeah, that's what I was asking.
Yeah, and you just want to rotate your leg out so they don't fall on you. Rotate your toes away so they don't fall like straight down on top of your knee. The other variation that's normally on the curriculum, switch the hips, step behind, and then you're going to just take your hips, grab the legs, lift them with your hips, set them down in front of you. So arms in, drop in base, trap the arms, switch your hips so they don't know, what side, or you're kind of give them a little trickery. They think you're going to go to that side. Maybe they shuffle that way. So you come around behind. Give that a try. 1, 2, 3.
Oh. Your turn.
That's the knee bar. Sometimes I feel like that one's a little hard to get, but you might be in this position and you're trying to chase the knee, whatever reason you can't get it. There's also like a more kind of a dynamic rolling knee bar. So Mark, you're gonna just kind of take a forward roll on this. But so once he pulls me in, I'm gonna kind of step back on this side, and right where this foot is, I'm going to replace that with my hand and put my leg behind and roll into the knee bar position. So he gets me from behind. Boom, trying to get this, I can't, so I'm just going to roll into the knee bar. And, you can obviously, for the finishing details, mostly you want to have long legs, not thin legs. Long down the back, cross your heels and heel back, and control the foot against your neck. So, because the main thing that they can do to escape the knee bar is rotate their knee out of it. Yeah, like that. So, if I keep it pinched right here against my neck, he can't control it, or can't rotate his knee. And then I'm just going to hit bend. If for some reason he's got enough flexibility that I can't finish the knee bar here, I can pass it to the under my arm for the ultra knee bar or whatever you call it. So I would try this finish first, just because as you're passing it over, there's a chance for escape, but you want to just keep the tension on it, pass it.
Show it roll one more time.
I'll show the entry one more time. So yeah. Here, boom. I'm going to step back. I want to put my hand where this foot is as it goes underneath. And then my other hand is going to catch. And I'm going to roll over that shoulder that my hand's down on. Put it on my bottom shoulder and put nice and tight, long legs. So So just do it nice and slow. And if you're the person who's holding the back, just be ready to kind of tuck and roll over your shoulder. Don't get spiked on the top of your head. All right, let's give it a try. 1, 2, 3. All right, that one's kind of wild. I want to show one more standing back escape. So he gets the waist with the arms free. Really, I think this is probably the go-to, is just to kind of put your weight base into their hands. Keep your hips away because they're going to be trying to pull you back and lift you up. But you know, if you're getting low and away, and then you can kind of, you want to start working a thumb in here, fighting this grip, and looking for the elbow to set up a Kimura grip here. So I'm going to get low at first and try to get my hand here, and then I'm going to kind of come back and make that space to get my grip. So once I've got the Kimura set up on this side, you're going to start rotating and turning back in, and then I'm going to put my hook in here as I sit, and then land in the T-Kimura position.
So the guy who's getting the Kimura on just needs to roll over that shoulder. That way, just to be safe. Just kind of think through. Yeah, I think so.
Roll over the free arm shoulder. So I'm coming back out. I'm going to come back in, get my grip, turning back in to break that grip. I'm sitting. I'm going to just use my hook. Throw it inside and throw it over. And I'm getting up in a, what they call a T-Kimura position, where I'm perpendicular to him.
Crucifix.
I'm coming out. I'm setting up the Kimura, turning in. I'm going to walk in and give him a little pillow to rest on. Depending on where he goes from here, there's a lot of different stuff we can go over. But let's try the Kimura escape from the back. 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to look at a couple other ways to get to the T-Kimura position. So let me come down here with you on your back. So if you're in half guard, right, sometimes you can get to this position where you like set up the Kimura from here, but you can't really finish it. All right, so you can actually just go ahead and do like a forward roll out of it and come right to the T position. All right. So you get to half guard, you're here, whatever you want to take this big reach around and just capture the elbow. All you need to do is get your hand under the elbow. All right, and you're going to start turning to face the hips to set up the grip. But there's really nowhere to finish it yet. And I mean, if you start trying to fight this, you know, then yeah, you might get thrown over or whatever. You can use your inside knee to like try to help pull your leg out if you need to. But I think the easiest thing to do is just sort of start piking up, put your head on the ground, pike up, and just do like a forward roll right to the T-Kimura position. And even if they really try to hold on to your leg, so like really just try to hold on to my leg. I mean, it's not going to end up really good for them.
Pretty awkward for them.
Yeah, eventually I'm going to get this out. They're going to give up on it, you know? And because this is a strong grip from here, I always say, make sure you're like rotating like you're like a throttle or something with both wrists and straighten. You don't want to be too like close to your body. You actually want to be extending your arms and locking this both both wrists forward, so it kind of locks everything into place. I guess we can go ahead and do one finish from here, just from here. If they start like to kind of go that way, or they're just laying there flat, you're just going to open up, go belly down, come up and finish right here.
You gotta block his head so he can't keep spinning.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to have kind of shoulder pressure on their shoulder, so if they are coming in towards you, you can't do this, but if they just lay there, or if they go that way, you sprawl, come up, and then you just finish right here with their arm in the back. So let's try rolling out of the half guard into the T, and then just like a sprawl and finish on the Kimura. 1, 2, 3. Here. Oh, we're doing it. Yeah, sorry.
And then fire it towards your legs. Like this. And just getting over the top of it. Just the whole of my shoulder.
And then how do, whenever I'm here, how do I like keep my base? Or where do I want to keep like either?
He actually, I mean, he's kind of got us all the way into almost like a north-south. You can either come into the north-south or you can actually just keep your whole body on this side of the head. And then you want to, like, you want to like, so come up and just like keep this out.
See, I was wondering if you're the knee on the back of the shoulder.
Yeah, you're just basically trying to keep everything. Yeah, so
You're stopping for
flat right here. Right, I'm coming up and just finishing all on this side.
Okay. The knee on the back side.
All right, let's do the same type of thing, except you can get there right from side control too. Let's say we're in side control, and I want to set up the Kimura. You can smash that hip frame. You don't want to try to set this up while you've got that in your hip. Smash it. And again, you just need to have the arm under the elbow, right? We're going to set up this grip, put it back to the mat. Sometimes I like to actually just finish right here with a one-handed Kimura. If I can get this folded up far enough that I can just pass it to one hand, I'll just pass it to one hand, and that way I can just lift them right here and finish. Because I can use my hand on the mat for base to lift them up, because normally they're trying to keep this heavy, right? They don't want me to get this behind their back, but if I can get here, I can just finish it one-handed right there. So, but, and then the traditional Kimura finish for our curriculum, it would be to come out and have my elbow in his ribs here, sit to my hip, step over his head, and then use that to lift him up. Maybe I can't clear this elbow frame, you know, and I feel like I can't get that leg over his head, so I can just go, whoop, right back to the T-Kimura, right? And then we're attacking from there. Before we looked at if he kind of like turned towards my legs, but if he starts turning towards my head side, the main thing I want to do first is get my bottom knee in underneath his upper back. As soon as he starts going, I want to boom, bring my knee in underneath him. See that knee poking out under his lat? That's going to be the key to keeping him from escaping of all the things. From there, I can put a hook in, rotate him in, and start taking his back. From there, I can throw a leg over his shoulder, start putting him in a crucifix. I can get the leg over his, if I just get his head, and I'm going to pinch it into a armbar position.
That's a junction point.
Yeah, if you just go in here, boom, I get the knee in, I get the head and the arm, then I kick back through and across my legs, And I mean, then you can come back up to the north-south Kimura position, finish from here. There's a lot of different ways to finish if they start turning in towards you, but the key really is bring the bottom knee underneath their upper shoulders as soon as they start turning away, and then the top leg is going to come over and help you control either hip, shoulder, head and arm, whatever works. Sometimes you might actually step all the way over past everything if they're coming, right? All the way to the hip, right? And we rotate through and I'm back all the way to the top again. So let's just look at a few options from side control. We're smashing, setting up our grip, either finish one-handed. Feel what it's like if you're trying to step over the head and you can't, so just shoulder roll, boom, back to the T position, and then the person on the bottom this time is going to turn in towards you, slide that bottom knee in, and feel what feels good to you. Stepping over to the hip. I think coming over the head at least is probably going to be one of your stronger options. That way, if you get the arm in or not, either one, it's going to be pretty strong. From here, I guess you could probably kick out and do a head scissor. Do I have any questions on that? Just need any part of it again? All right, let's just play with it. 1, 2, 3.
Have trouble passing it through the cap. Do a roll. Do a roll with the yeah. Nice, easy control roll. It's like kick whenever you just tumble over your shoulder. You can do it even easier over your shoulder. You literally just gonna touch your shoulder to the mat and slowly go.
So just kind of go this way.
So that you slowly move and touch your shoulder to the mat and then just roll. Here you go. And then you come in behind and then you're here. So now you can either grab the he's talking about, or if I come toward you, I have to come up and then you stick that in. Pull me in tight, control me, and then use your leg to control whatever else. If I'm up here, let's say I'm already up here, yeah, go right
Nice,
out.
nice.
If mine's flailing out.
Appreciate it. Yeah, good job, Wes.
Are we gonna roll?
Yeah, we can.
You actually want to bring the leg and get behind you. While still laying down. Still laying down.
I'm going to show one more thing real quick and then we're going to roll for a few minutes. All right, Mark. So one other way to enter from bottom, from bottom half guard. This is actually where I normally attack the Kimura. You know, people they put it in the hip. So I mean, you have a couple options. You know, it's kind of hard to pull it out of there. If you can get your inside knee into their hip, a lot of times you can pull it out and finish. If you just can't get it out, a lot of times you can actually sweep them too by just like taking your foot and walking yourself underneath them and sweep them right across here to the T position. Or if they're really heavy and you feel like you can't do that, then sometimes I'll come out and spin myself around to the back leg. Or to the D. And that one works a lot because people they feel like they're getting the pass to half or to side control. Here, boom, they get the side and then you just rotate all the way through and drop them right to their back. Only real details I would say on that is you really want to kind of like extend this Kimura. At first you need to have really strong like shoulder control because you don't want them to posture up. That's the main thing that's going to defend this. If they posture up, this whole thing comes apart or they start countering. Yeah, so you've got to be really strong, heavy on the shoulder. And then when you go to spin, you actually want to punch this straight into their hip. And you're just walking, spinning, and using that hip pressure to drop them right into the back control / T position. And attacks from there. So let's give that a try just for about 2 minutes and then we'll have a little bit of rolling. 1, 2, 3.